Multiple factor authentication. Below is a complete, clear, security-focused explanation of multi-factor authentication, MFA, what it is, why it matters, how it works, how attackers try to bypass it, and how to deploy it correctly in real environments. What is multiple factor authentication, MFA? Multi-factor authentication, MFA, means a user must provide two or more different categories of verification factors to prove their identity. Traditional authentication equals password only. MFA equals password plus something else. This drastically reduces the risk of account compromise, even if the password is stolen. The three main categories of authentication factors: 1. Something you know, information that only the user should know, password PIN security questions, weak, discouraged. 2. Something you have, a physical or digital object under the user's control, smartphone with authenticator app, TOTP, hardware token, YubiKey, smart card. SMS code, weaker but common, secure USB dongle SIM card, for SIM-based authentication. 3. Something your biometric characteristics, fingerprint, face recognition, iris scan, voice print, behavioral biometrics, typing patterns, gait analysis. MFA requires at least 2 of these. Why MFA matters, what it protects against. MFA protects against password theft, phishing, credential stuffing, keyloging, brute force attacks, database leaks, insider threats. Partial, because even if the password leaks, the attacker still cannot log in without the second factor. Common MFA methods explained below is an overview of the major MFA approaches used today. 1. TOTP, time-based one-time passwords. Examples: Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, Authy. How it works: app generates a 6-digit code every 30 seconds. Code is derived from shared secret plus current time. Works offline. Pros: strong, not vulnerable to SIM swapping, no network required. Cons: vulnerable to real-time phishing, if user types in code on fake site. 2. Push notification authentication. Examples: Duo Push, Okta Verify. How it works: user receives an app notification, are you trying to sign in? User taps approve. Pros: very easy, resistant to phishing when combined with number matching. Cons: push fatigue attacks, attackers spam notifications. 3. Hardware security keys, FIDO2/WebAuthn. Examples: YubiKey, Titan Key. How it works: cryptographic private key stored on device. Browser uses WebAuthn to authenticate, user taps or plugs in device. Pros: phishing resistant, strongest MFA method available, no codes to type. Cons: requires compatible hardware and browsers. 4. SMS codes, least secure. How it works: code sent via text message. Pros: ubiquity, easy to set up. Cons: vulnerable to SIM swapping, SS7 interception, malware. Reading SMS should be avoided for high security accounts. 5. Biometrics, fingerprints, face recognition, iris scan. Pros: easy for users, cannot be forgotten. Cons: if stolen, cannot be changed. Privacy concerns. Potential for spoofing in low-grade systems. Advanced MFA concepts, adaptive/risk-based MFA. MFA triggers based on risk, such as new device, unusual location, suspicious IP, late-night login, impossible travel. If risk is low, rightward arrow, no MFA prompt. If high, rightward arrow. Require MFA continuous authentication, not only at login, system continuously checks behavior patterns, keystroke dynamics, device posture, session anomalies. If behavior becomes suspicious, rightward arrow, reprompt MFA. Passwordless authentication, still considered multi-factor if implemented with biometrics plus hardware keys. Device-based cryptographic identity, FIDO2/WebAuthn. Passwordless is not equal to 0-factor. It just replaces weak factors with stronger ones. How attackers try to bypass MFA, defensive insight only, without technical detail. Here are common bypass categories: real-time phishing, rightward arrow, attacker tricks user to enter code. Push fatigue, rightward arrow, attacker spams push approval. SIM swapping, rightward arrow, take over phone number. Malware on device, rightward arrow, steal MFA token after login. Men in the middle, proxies, rightward arrow, steal TOTP code. Social engineering, rightward arrow, IT support, fake call, session hijacking, rightward arrow, steal authenticated session cookies. In practice, the strongest defense is FIDO2 hardware-based MFA, which is immune to almost all of these. How organizations deploy MFA, best practices. 1. Mandate MFA for all users, not only admins, include contractors and vendors too. Prefer phishing-resistant MFA, FIDO2/WebAuthn, smart card, certificate-based authentication. 3. Disable SMS for critical accounts. 4. Use adaptive MFA policies. 5. Enforce MFA on remote access admin accounts, cloud applications, VPN/ZTNA, privileged operations. 6. Use MFA in combination with zero trust architecture. 7. Backup MFA recovery mechanisms, securely avoid email-based resets, use recovery keys or hardware token backups. Summary: multi-factor authentication, MFA, strengthens identity security by requiring multiple forms of proof. 1. Something you know, password. 2. Something you have, device/key. 3. Something you are, biometrics, Modern MFA equals adaptive, continuous, phishing resistant, and tightly integrated with zero trust.